Welcome back. The day that I'm uploading this is May 17th, and fun fact, this is the same day. Don't ask about this one. This is the same day that I released the last episode, so this is episode 6. And yeah, a lot of things happened last episode, like Arab League collapsed, this. And also this. This should probably change up a bit. Saga. Because we're part of both of these alliances. So let me fix that. So yeah, a lot of things happened last episode. Not really wars, but like, yeah. Still things happen. Like we had that up here and this up here. And that's all the words I can remember. So, if you remember at the end of last episode, I told you guys a homeless guy from, not homeless, some rich guy from Hungary went up to Germany. He went up here to Berlin, and he started rising the ranks. And when the current German leader died, the elections started because at this point he was the vice president. So like there in Germany, I don't really know how Germany's things work, so I'm just make my own thing. So like here, is if the president like can't be the president anymore, then there are two vice presidents, and citizens have to vote on which one is elected. And the other vice president, not the Hungarian guy, the other guy, he wins. But the Hungarian man is not happy. So as you can see here, he decided to go down here to the Austrian border, and he decided he's gonna make his own group to destroy Germany, because he is not gonna let this slide. There's a lot of his groups popping up, and one was in Berlin, which took over the whole city. So that's very bad. If you go over here, now people are just joining his team. These aren't like the original guys. So Germany, of course, they're getting help, but like this help is not enough to win the whole civil war. So yeah, they surrendered pretty quickly. Now Germany, it's over for them. So the borders stay the same, except this is a whole different country. We're not even part of NATO anymore. So down here, we're gonna see this new leader. I'm gonna call him Bob. So the new Hungarian leader, Bob, he wants to invade Hungary because they were like, no, you're not gonna be able to run for president. So he's like, no, I'm in it. I'm gonna invade you guys now. Yeah, they're going for Austria now, which is part of NATO. So now all of NATO is helping them. It's a lot of different countries. This guy does not care. Even after his invasions are held back, he just goes to the other side. Yup. Bob is crazy. He encircles this area. I'm pretty sure he took the capital. No, capital's over here. Yeah. But NATO kind of gives up on these guys because, yeah. Bob just went through a massive remilitarization of Germany. So most of the population is conscripted. Anyways, in the Beast 3D, as you can see, these guys, Austria survives off a little sliver of land. But now, Hungary, there are already NATO forces in here. So, Bob is now like, alright, we're not gonna invade them then. And now, they're going over here for these two. Now, this is a very interesting war. This is pretty interesting, okay? This is pretty similar to what happened in World War II, but hey, it's whatever, man. So they just took Sudetenland, so that's just crazy. And now they're taking all this, and Czechia has surrendered. So now it's just Slovakia. Slovakia. Who immediately got taken over. NATO has kind of just given up on the weaker countries because they completely have their focus on Hungary, just making sure that they do not get invaded. Anyways, now Bob is just putting everybody that they got from here into the military, so yeah, I guess that's something. Anyways, the USA is like, okay, NATO, they're hosting a meeting in like Kiev. And they're like, all right, guys, how do we deal with Germany? But while this meeting is happening, that's when Germany declares war on Hungary. That is the swapped colors. Germany is declaring war on Hungary during this meeting. And all the NATO members are now just like, alright, you can't let this slide. So they all declare war on Bob at the same exact time. So now it's just Bob versus Europe. Oh, yeah, really just made the Balkans terrible. This is Kosovo. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, defensive. So now it is Germany versus basically the rest of the world. I'll probably have to erase this now, just for a bit, just for this episode. This is gone, and Russia is looking forward to the downfall of NATO. So as you can see here, oh, that's not good at all. So just as a counter, the USA is recruiting the Far East Republic, even though they are not really that strong right now. It's whatever. Anyways, they're kind of just fighting for China right now. So that's something. Cuba doing these guys already. That was bound to happen. North Iran, yeah. Duh. Not South Iran, though. They are still focused on just trying to defend their land because that war still technically never ended. Anyways, kind of just joins. You want to know why? Kind of joins Russia. You want to know why? Because India and Afghanistan decides to do this, and the rest of India's alliance. So, it's not good for them, I guess. So, yeah. Oh, wait, no. I forgot. Moldova was a name. So, yeah. And I think that's all we were planning. These are the two sides. So, we're gonna immediately start off this World War III. So as we can see here, Germany is already invading these guys, invading Poland, and they've already taken over the Netherlands and Belgium. They've taken over the lowlands. Same with Austria. But now, as you can see here, they can finally take Hungary. Oh yeah, these guys do. Slovenia. And they're officially gone off the map. So that's not good. Anyways, let's look over here. Where North Iran has no chance of surviving. Like, what do you expect them to do? Now South Iran is joining, so yeah, North Iran has no chance. Boom. They're split into two. This side surrenders. And yeah, North Iran, they're officially gone now. Anyways, what's going on in Europe? This. We're getting back Slovakia. They finally got back Slovenia too. But yeah. They're starting to get back the lowlands. But that doesn't matter because Bob is like they just got Greenland, so now they're going for Sweden. So that's kind of great how much land they got right now. Now Russia is now this is the third war that Russia has fought against Ukraine. In these 6 episodes of the series, that's a war every 2 episodes then. So that's kind of crazy. But this time it seems like they're actually winning. They've lost both of the last wars, but now it seems like they're actually winning this one. I mean, since China has close ties with these guys, they managed to pull these guys into the war. And since they are highly influenced by these guys, they have to win too. So Kazakhstan is kind of working with their enemy here, but that doesn't matter, does it? I need to go back up here. Because they're invading Afghanistan, which fails miserably. Because no country can invade Afghanistan. It's impossible. So they decide, alright, let's go for India instead. So they start a campaign into Nepal, which is a success. They actually take over Nepal. And also Bhutan, which is also a success. So they take over Bhutan. So now China is like, and they go over here, they make a label landing over here in South Iran's capital, and they take it over pretty easily. Now South Iran is kind of weakened, and North Iran is starting to be liberated. Yay. That's crazy. And since Georgia's independent now, they're not, since they're not Russian anymore, they're gonna join NATO's team. Let's see how that goes for them. Oh, they got immediately taken over. Okay. Oh, they kind of had no chance there, to be honest. I don't know why they even tried. Anyways, looks like they finally got North Iran back, and they're officially starting to take over South Iran. So that's something. North Iran is the original Iran anyway, so yeah, I guess. I don't know, man. Anyways, another landing that China also made was in Sri Lanka, which they immediately take the capital and take over the whole island. And that is when they first make a landing in India. No way! They made a landing in India. Why is it like that? But it is repelled, and they liberate Bhutan too. Anyways, back up in Europe. We haven't really looked at Europe in a while. So let's see how this is going. Oh, Poland's being liberated now. Finally, jeez. That took a while. Anyways, look at Africa. You like Africa? Because they're about to be divided up in a horrific way. Okay? As you can see, this is basically just the Arab War again, except Israel is on the side of NATO, so that's something. So yeah, the new Arab League has now been taken over easily. Saudi Arabia might actually get their revenge for the first Arab War. Also, paratrooping exists here. And they take the capital of Syria. So that was very bad for them. Anyways, they're starting to liberate South Iran again. Yay! And they're starting to take over Yemen. But it's not just sunshine and rainbows. Because the African area It's starting to look bad. Starting to look like they're not going to make it. Egypt is basically just gone now. And Algeria can't really fight for much longer. And it becomes even worse when we see that Russia's ally is literally joining them. Who would have thought? Is Nigeria really a Russian ally? Kind of. Yeah, they kind of are. So that's another part of Africa joining. And also, you know how these guys kind of hate Arab League? Yeah, so. Which side would they join on? Probably blue team, to be honest. Alright, well, that was that. Also, have I told you this is the first scripted episode? Because this is a very important one. And, yeah. So, now the East African Federation is invading up into Sudan and Somalia. So those are the main two. And also, they absolutely despise Mozambique and South Africa. If you remember that one episode. Pretty sure it was last episode. No, it was episode 4. So that's why they absolutely despise them now. So that's why they're going to be invading them. Again. For the second time now. They didn't learn from last time, but whatever. Looks like they will have to get invaded again. But this time they're doing better. They just took Mozambique's capital. They're about to take Cape Town later, soon, if they can make it there. Let's look back up in Europe, where the lowlands are officially captured. And they're moving into France now. Along with Switzerland. They don't care. They're invading Switzerland. Even though they were neutral in this, Slovenia is now fallen. Alright, what's next, you ask? What's next? Well, Serbia waits until Bob makes it to them, and then that's when they actually join Russia. And they invade Bosnia with the help of Bob. So that was pretty easy invasion. Oh, Italy too. They're invading Italy now. That's not good. Alright, well, they're still doing well over here in Czechoslovakia, in the Czechoslovakian area. They're starting to nearly completely liberate Poland, except for this little strip of land. It was up here in the Nordics. They're not really doing well. Not the Nordics, Scandinavia. They just lost Oslo too. So they've lost Stockholm and Oslo and whatever the Denmark capital is. I know what it is, I just can't remember it. Okay, Bob is kind of becoming a superpower right now. Oh, Estonia just got taken over by Russia. Yeah, I think it seems like that Russia is actually gonna win this war against Ukraine this time. That is something you would have never expected, would you? Why are they doing this? They own all these islands too. If you don't remember. Well, so now Turkey is helping out Russia. Oh, and they just immediately took out Greece. Well, what did you expect, man? It looks like Russia's finally gonna win their first war against Ukraine. After their first invasion in 2022 was probably 2170 in this timeline. But it looks like they're about to take Kyiv. Boom! They just took it out. And this is actually going to cause the surrender of Ukraine. So that's the first time they actually won against Ukraine. That's actually crazy. No one would have ever expected that, would they? So that's that. Now they're gone. Also, they take over Moldova pretty easily. Oh, let's look over here, where Morocco was going to be invading into Spain. You know, in the 20th century when Spain was invading Morocco? Yeah. Now it's the opposite. Also, they're invading Portugal because they hate them. They took over Lisbon. And they took over Portugal too. It was Algeria is finally gonna not be able to fight anymore. And Algeria is officially gone off of the face of the map. Same with Egypt. So that's a Russian win for Africa. Like North Africa, Russia has basically won, but near the south, like Central Africa, Russia has not been doing well. Same with like the Middle East. Russia's team is not doing anything here. NATO is really just destroying them in Central Africa and the Middle East. So yeah, that's that. And boom, they just took Oman's capital. So that just causes a surrender. Back up here with Iran, they start liberating Syria, and now they're starting to actually take over South Iran. They are actually winning now, and they actually managed to take over South Iran. So that's the end of that conflict with North and South Iran. So it's kind of a tie right now. So the USA is gonna try to break that tie by calling over Japan #1, with the Korea #2, Taiwan #3, the Philippines #4. Boom, 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 and Australia and New Zealand too, because why not? But yeah, now they have more strength in the Pacific, especially near the Far East Republic, which I literally forgot about. So see what they're doing now. Oh, they finally started their Russian invasion. So let's see how that fares. Okay, well, that was kind of bound to happen. These guys aren't really the strongest of countries. So the Far East Republic is basically gone now. They surrendered. Now Russia has their Far East land back, so they're happy. They're very happy. Alright, now they want their old land up here back, so that's what they're gonna try to get, you know? I don't care. So now Finland is about to be taken over. They just lost their capital right there. Same with the Baltics. Only Lithuania is left, and they're already about to be taken over. Their capital is halfway taken. So this is going extremely badly for the USA. So they call out to their last alliance left. Oh yeah, they're calling out to the new NATO members, which includes El Salvador, Guatemala, and Bolivia, which just joined last episode actually. Rio Pact, actually. And that's literally it. Just Rio Pact 2. Which now consists of all of South America, so that's good for them. They're all united. Also, I don't really know what to name French Guyana right now. I'm gonna name them, cause yeah, they got independence last episode. I'm gonna name them French China. So French French. No, I'm gonna name them French. So France is gonna be France, and French Guyana. France Guyana is gonna be French. So that's how you differentiate. That's how you differentiate. So French and the rest of the Rio memories. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know, man. I don't know anymore. You want to know why? Because Cuba just got taken over by the USA. Oh. Anyways, Germany's gonna kind of go over here and do what they did in World War One. They're gonna tell Germany. They're gonna tell Mexico actually. Can you invade the USA? And they're like, okay. And this time, it didn't get revealed to the USA. Well, it doesn't matter because they're already part of the war anyways. So, this is more of an unexpected invasion now. And Germany kind of did a good move here. Anyway, since the USA is the strongest country, they can kind of do well in this war. So, Mexico changes their focus down here to the new Central American NATO members, which are easily taken out. They had no chance. Same with Costa Rica out here. What are they gonna do? Really, what are they gonna do now? And they threatened Nicaragua, so same with Panama, they threatened them to invade them. So now they have all of Central America now. And now they can go to South America, but that's not what they're gonna do. Right now, they just liberated Cuba, so that's something that happened. Anyways, we're gonna see kind of a red team victory right there in the Middle East finally, and also in Central Africa, where Sudan and Somalia are completely liberated, and they're also started to invade into the East African Federation. Anyways, over here, we're gonna see the March 13th movement actually doing something. They officially joined Russia in this war. I should probably not call it Russia's team, and I should probably call it Germany's team because it was Germany originally. So I'm calling it that instead of Russia's team. So if you hear me say Russia's team, just imagine I'm saying Germany's team, but I will be right back. Alright, we're back. Alright. So the March 13th movement is invading into the East African Federation. So these guys kind of have no chance at this point. Even Mozambique gets their capital back. And South Africa, they're doing the same thing they just did last time they invaded them. They're starting to do this. East African Federation starts to get war flashbacks. So they're like, okay, we don't want to do this no more. This is very traumatizing for us. So they just surrender. That's it for them. They didn't really do too well. They tried. And also they have to forfeit from Mozambique, so that's their liberation. They're celebrating, having a huge military parade, whatever authoritarian countries do. So now Africa is completely won by, Russia. But the war is not over yet, because there are still other continents. Europe is just a mess right now. Asia's I just realized almost all of every Asian country is part of this war except for Southeast Asia. That is crazy. Also, remember that one time when I said Myanmar might to join India's alliance? Yeah. So now, that's an extra country in this war. And Myanmar is going to make an attempt to invade China, along with working with Taiwan and the Philippines. So they all make an offensive to invade into these guys. And also Vietnam being an ally of China they are going to support their ally here. Same with Laos, they're all communists, so yeah. But their only thing they want to do here is try. Oh, hold on there. That's why. The only thing they want to try to do here is take back the old land that China just lost. They're just gonna try to protect all the countries here instead of actually doing some invading. So boom, this island, Hainan Island is taken back. Boom. Now China is gonna start invading into Korea. So yeah, they're kind of almost gone now. Let's go back up to Scandinavia, where Finland is losing this little weird thing that Russia used to have, but whatever, I guess. Earth is a weird place, okay? So now they're surrendering this land. Surrendering, wow. They're surrendering. There's like, just in this area, 1,000 troops surrendered. So that was a crazy encirclement. Anyways, Russia's gonna just make this huge area for them to go like, whoop. For them to just go like, whoop, over here to Sweden. So this is going badly. This might go differently from all the other world wars. Oh, and they just lost all these other islands that Italy and France owned. Oh, Rome just got taken. And they just burned the city. They just burned so many ancient places. Oh, that was a war crime and a half. Anyways, down here in the Middle East, war still rages on. And NATO has almost completely won over the Middle East to their side. Like, this is mostly just Saudi Arabia doing stuff. But of course, they're getting help from Israel. Anyways, yeah. All they need left is that a flammer? What is that? All they need left is Iran, aka North Iran. Even though they kind of united the whole area. So anyways, we're finally gonna have the liberation of these guys. Oslo is taken back, and actually Denmark is starting to be taken back. And guess what? Berlin just got taken. In a sudden change of events, Berlin is officially taken. And Bob, that is where he was. So he is running away for his life. And his vice president must take control up here in Hamburg. And what he does, he just puts everyone fit for service into the military. Because that is not what Bob was already doing. He had some morals. So yeah, that's a complete switch up for this. This new president is new dictator is, his name is James LeBron. His name is All. His name is All. Yeah, his name is All. Anyways, yeah, Europe is almost completely taken over, actually. What is that? What was that? Am I still recording? Imagine if I wasn't. Anyways, oh shoot. Europe is almost gone. It's only UK, Ireland, Norway, Sweden, Finland, and Iceland left. Anyways, the British Isles are taken out. Same with Norway. These little random islands that Norway owns, gone. They had no chance. Sweden, gone. Finland, gone. Iceland, too neutral, so they went past them. They did get a lot of their land, though. But they kept this because they have some morals, man. Even James has some morals. He might have conscripted every single, like, half of his population, but hey, it's nice. Anyways, Denmark kind of isn't really gone because of Greenland, but I don't feel like filling this whole thing in. So just imagine that Greenland's taken over. So this is the mass surrendering of different countries of NATO. Australia has surrendered. Same with New Zealand. Same with the Philippines, Bhutan, Nepal. Not India though. They haven't surrendered yet. Korea is officially out. Japan, Taiwan. These guys. So now it's just down to India and these guys. I forgot about Afghanistan. Yeah, they just say they surrendered. Let's just say they surrendered, okay? That's a rare moment when they actually surrender. Anyways, now they're able to finally expand into the Middle East now that half of the countries here has surrendered. Anyways, the Middle East is taken over by Germany's team. So now it's just India left. Oh yeah, all these guys have surrendered basically. And the Indians are very nice people actually. I know Indians are nice. So the president of India, the Democratic president of India, decides to surrender over to the German forces. Not because he's like, oh yeah, we 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 just love you guys, so we're gonna surrender. That's basically never what happens. It's basically because they don't want their people to continue dying, you know? So it's like, yeah. The world will now enter a new form in 3, 2, 1. This is the Treaty of World War III. Now, this probably looks very confusing to you, so I will explain all this from the east. So, obviously, Russia annexes the Far East Republic. And also, they take Sakhalin back, so that's something there. Also, Korea. They're back to being two different countries, so that's very bad for South Korea. Nothing really happened over here, actually. Well, that's something to know. Nothing really happened to these two. Taiwan should be gone. I don't know why I forgot to do that. Oh yeah, Taiwan. Taiwan is gone. They are not a country anymore. Taiwan is finally annexed. They are no longer a thing. Oh yeah. So, forgot to do something here. Okay. Alright, so as you can see over here, Bangladesh got independence back, but they're kind of different. And they are a puppet state of China. So that's that. And also India lost a lot of land here. And we up here, Kazakhstan got some of Afghanistan along with Iran. So yeah, nothing really happened in the Middle East except for up here in Israel. There's this giant Arab country which I will just call Arab because I don't know what it will really be called, to be honest. And Israel and Palestine are back. So that's that might cause some problems actually. So let's look at Africa, where a few changes happened actually. So Algeria is finally gone. They're gone off the map, along with Egypt. So the top two strongest countries in Africa have been wiped off the map. The top two are now Nigeria and what are these guys called? South Africa. And top three is Sudan. So yeah. That's that for Africa. Now, Europe is where most of the things happen. That's obviously what will happen here. But Lithuania and Finland that got annexed by Russia, you can see this here also. So, this is the land that. Oh, I forgot to give them a capital. Forgot to give these guys a capital. So this is the land that Germany now owns, and all this is the land that Russia owns. This is Sweden. So yeah, as you can see, Russia got. I mean, yeah, what am I even talking about? No more. Finland got completely annexed. That's what I meant. It should be erased from the. So yeah, Ukraine and Moldova are gone now. They got annexed by Russia. Same with Greece. Greece got annexed by Turkey. Serbia also expanded a bit. There's Kosovo, Montenegro, and Bosnia. So yeah, that's something. Germany annexed Poland. So yeah, and Germany and some of France. But they left Hungary alone, so they get saved this time. Now let's look over here, where this might be a bit confusing, because this is from the 8th century. So this is... Alright, we're back. So this is West Francia, the historical country, which is basically just France today. This is East Francia, and this is the domain of Lothar. So that's that. What are these guys called? Iberia got completely left alone. But over here, Sicily got independence, and Italy got split up between the north and the south. The North the North Italy is kind of just with allies with Germany. So up in North America, the Third German Empire is finally here. They finally exist. So that's the Third German Empire. They got all of Central America now, and but they don't got none of the United States. So that's that. That's not it. Most likely missed something, so I'm gonna look at everything. Let me know if I did. I'm gonna go across every single part of the map. Just overanalyze this. Tell me if I missed something. So the north. So yeah. So that's the end of World War Tres. Cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho. So yeah. Now I'm gonna do power rankings because war is completely altered. Russia is now the strongest country, with Germany at number 2. So yeah, the USA is still 3. They're just not as strong though. My handwriting is very bad, so please excuse my handwriting. Now China being number 4 is pretty obvious here. Now this is when things get a bit tricky. Because how do we figure out number 5? Because all the rest of the countries are not very powerful. I guess it's probably Brazil, to be honest. Number 5 is Brazil. Number 6, I'd say Nigeria. Yeah. So that's number 6. Number 7. Would it be India? Would it really be India? Anyways, let's hold on. Number 7 could be India. No, hold on. Let me see if I can find something else. Could probably be Australia. They didn't get damaged by this war. Then 8, India. So the ninth strongest country is probably down here, South Africa. And then 10, Sudan. I could have just used the text thing, but man, who cares? So here's all that. And boom. So this is the current map of the world. Oh, yeah, I did miss something down here. Cuba annexed some of Florida. They actually annexed Miami too, so it's only a small amount of Florida though. So it's not really much. And that concludes this episode, which is the longest episode so far, at 45 minutes long. Hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.